Adobe Illustrator makes it very easy to recolor your artwork, and I wanted to show you a little bit of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my reset of my Essentials Classic here so the panel's back where it belongs, and take a look at those layers. And let's just go ahead and remove the X layer for this. But before I do that, I'm going to save this as a different file so that my sample graphic is still there, complete, but this is going to be the recolor sample graphic. Always click OK on that. And now I'll get rid of that layer 1. And I'm going to take these 4 and combine them into one layer. So I can select them all, Control A, right click, and make a group. And what that does is it put it all on the yellow circle, that top layer. And then these are now empty ones. So I'm going to delete those. So this is actually, let's just call this sample graphic original, or original sample graphic. And now I want to have several of these so I can recolor them with different colors. To do that, I'm going to select everything that's on that layer, take a corner, and hold Shift while I scale it down. I'm going to move it over here to the corner, and then I want more of these so that I can have some fun with them. So I'm going to just Alt and then drag that over here. Now it's on one layer and it's 2 different groups. So if I keep doing that, I'm going to end up with a whole lot of them on here. So it's pretty easy. Just make a new layer and drag that up there. And now I can take both of these and I'm going to Alt drag upwards. It looks like none of them are going to fit that way. So just a Control A, select everything, and let's shrink the whole thing down a little bit so I can fit them on just like that. And now I can even take the Alt and drag those 4, and I can see that I can really only fit maybe 6 of them on here. So I'm going to click away and then select that one and this one. And now I can separate those out. Now it's a lot easier if you have those layers and as you're doing it, but this is a quick and easy way to get lots of these. You can try recoloring them differently. Now layer 1, layer 2, layer 5, those are not good names for these. So I am going to have to rename those, and I'll be back with it in just a moment. So now that I've renamed those, I'll go ahead and collapse the layers panel, and I want to arrange these a little more evenly. Now notice how it's showing me when I'm lined up with the one on the left. So I'm just trying like spread these out nice and even, and then move this one, and now that pink line goes all the way across. So now I can move this one, and it should line up with the one above it. And now I should get 2 pink lines, one going up and one going across when I am aligned there. So you don't need a grid or anything. It's actually helping me line these up just right. So that's pretty standard right there. All right, so let's do some recoloring now. I could take this one right here and go to Edit and choose Edit Colors. Now Recolor Artwork will allow me to see the colors that are used in it. There's black and then yellow, green, blue, and red. So the black is in the middle. Now if I grab one of these outer ones, I can just rotate the whole color wheel, and now I've got something different. If I want to make something a little lighter, more pastel, I could bring these in a little bit as well. Now if I want to unlink them so they're not kind of tied together in this arrangement, I can then take one of them and move that one over there. So that's a pretty easy way to just get a slightly different version of what you have. Let's see what Advanced Options gives us. So you can really see the individual colors. That red was changed to this one. You've got all sorts of different color groups that you'd be able to select from. Lots of things that you can do. Let me click a different one and go to Edit Colors. And we're going to use Generative Recolor. This is using artificial intelligence. some of the new features. They've got some built-in ones here, and you can try just click on some summer looking colors. It'll come up with 4 options, and you can choose one of these, and it will then recolor it to that. It doesn't mean that you're stuck with that. If you want like these 2 colors, they're a little bit too similar, I can go to advanced options, find this one right here, that's the green layer, double click on it, and say I want that to be like a much deeper green instead. So you have a lot of control over that. So let's try another one here, edit, and then we'll do edit colors, go straight to Generative Recolor, and then we could even type a description. So if I say rainbow, for example, I should be able to get colors from the rainbow. I'll get 4 different ideas of what that might look like. That's the way the AI works, is that you're given some, and none of them specifically really look that much like rainbow. So I can just say generate some more options, and it'll give me a few more. So with only 4 colors, it's hard to really show the rainbow. But you might see something you're like, oh, I like that one. That's a lot of fun to do. So this will give you a recolored sample graphic. And if you like, you can export this and give it to me as part of that last assignment as well. Something nice to put on your portfolio and then explain how that recolor works.